think you should.
It's safe to say we're going to be getting summer games very soon. On the recent PTR patch, there was a small update, and some people have data mined an image that looks just like this one on screen. This is the image. And it says, you know, Summer Games 2017. So we're definitely going to be seeing a repeat of last year's Summer Games, hopefully including lucioball. And this means whenever the current PTR patch goes live, that's when we can expect to see Summer Games. So if we look at the past, you know, history of PTR and patches and stuff moving from PTR to live, I imagine we're going to see this event in 2 to 2.5 weeks, unless Blizzard really accelerates or slows down the process in preparation for the potential release of Doomfist. Following the previous hero release schedule, Doomfist would come out, or the next hero would come out this month of July, around the middle of July. So, you know, July 14th, which is 2 weeks from today, is kind of the perfect day to release the Summer Games and Doomfist. Now, the next hero wouldn't be released on live servers. We don't actually even know it's Doomfist yet. There's just a lot of speculation going into that. But given that the most recent leak was that they named the patch Summer Games / Doomfist, and now we've gotten confirmation of Summer Games, more or less, I think Doomfist is looking more and more likely. Now, there is a possibility that the next hero is not Doomfist. Actually, we don't have a lot of evidence, so it's likely not going to be Doomfist, or we really can't tell. But I've got something for you to think about. When the patch was released to PTR and people started realizing that it was titled Summer Games / Doomfist, everyone jumped to the conclusion that Doomfist was the next hero. But here's the thing, Summer Games and Doomfist should never come out in the same patch. Why? Because events like Summer Games are pushed directly to live servers. They never hit PTR first, whereas heroes always hit PTR before they hit live servers. So this means if the event was truly Summer Games and Doomfist in the same patch together, either they're going to have Summer Games on the PTR, which is a possibility. Just for consistency's sake, we'd have Summer Games on PTR and live. Or Summer Games will include, you know, lucioball and or an event that relates to Doomfist. Maybe a new game mode where you fight and try to stop Doomfist on Numbani. I think either case is kind of equally likely. I don't remember from the previous seasons if the events were on the PTR at the same time as when they were on live, but that isn't really the point here. Blizzard can change things up all the time. The fact that Summer Games and Doomfist were tied together does lead me to believe we are going to see something related to Doomfist, but I just don't want everybody getting their hopes up, as Doomfist might not be the next hero. In other news, the Season 6 competitive spray has been data mined as well. It is also in the PTR patch, and it looks like this. Looks pretty cool. If you're wondering what map that represents, that's definitely Temple of Anubis, which means we might be seeing something Anubis related later in that season, because the current season is Numbani. We've seen that, you know, Doomfist is attacking Numbani, and there's been multiple events on Numbani. Rissa is from Numbani, so Anubis being the next spray could tease towards, you know, something that happens during that season, but that season is actually still, you know, like 2 months away, so it's not like we can tie that into Doomfist or anything, or the next hero most likely, unless the next hero has been seriously delayed for months. The last piece of news we're going to cover today is Reinhardt and Roadhog are both actually broken on live servers. Reinhardt has a bug where his hit registration is just god-awful on the hammer. They tried to improve it and claimed it was fixed, but truly it still does not work. And Roadhog's hook, well, just take a look at this. It does this sometimes. Can't really explain what's going on here. It seems like the hook just kind of holds onto you for way too long, and you know, that's most of the time gonna get you killed. You know, maybe this is the buff Roadhog needs. I'm only partially kidding, by the way. But anyway, let's hope these two things are fixed in the whenever Blizzard gets around to them. And that's all we've got for today's video. If you enjoy this sort of like news style video where I just kind of cover what's happening right now, as well as, you know, updates on the next hero and all that stuff, be sure to leave a like down below or leave a comment, because you know, sometimes there's a lot more to cover than this, and I could be making these more often. But anyway, I'll see you guys all later. Have a good one. Lone Hawk out.